you obviously want Elizabeth to win.
Yes.
That's the hometown hero, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been a big fan.
But you're kind of obligated too, right?
There's always sense of
like,
local
did you have to
obligation.
vote for John Kerry? Probably, right?
I voted for him because I liked him in that race. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you probably like every Massachusetts politician.
Well, you always vote the hometown team, but I've always voted for the best candidate, and that's for me, and I'm sure you have also. But you sense, especially when someone that you know or work with has been part of your delegation, you want to, and you've had that experience of them working hard for the constituents. Elizabeth has gone to Washington and been true to her word and been a fighter.
This is your buddy, though, too.
No, of course it is. But I actually, I'm a fan. I know some of the other candidates. I
know Duvall, I'm sure.
I know Duvall very well. I was the first mayor to endorse him when he ran for governor. And we have a lot of great candidates running on the Democratic side. And anybody who wants to put themselves out there in any elected electoral process deserves a lot of credit. And presidential politics today, I can remember this much growing up. Boy, the dynamics have changed. The rhetoric is far more negative and more intense, and social media certainly compounds that. But I love the fact that candidates are putting out abnormal ideas, advocating for bold systemic change, and he's like, as one person, I think that's what this country needs. So while I'm supporting Elizabeth, I'm a fan of people like Bernie Sanders, even Pete Buttigieg. I happen, people may not be fans of all the others, but I happen to know who Mike Bloomberg is. I got to meet him in the mayoral organizations like the U.S. Conference of Mayors on movements like Mayors Against Illegal Guns. But I'm with Elizabeth Warren because I think she's the fighter, the person who understands and will take the most deliberate action, has plans to take on the major issues, the legacy challenges of our time for all generations. And I think she's doing an incredible job, and she's so smart. And but if she's not the candidate, we talked about canvassing earlier. I'll be out there knocking doors and canvassing for whoever the Democratic candidate is. And that's what I hope we'll see from everyone in this election, that we stop trying to break each other down and fracturing not just the party, but really the message. I think that plays right into this president's hands, and that cannot happen.
On a strategic approach, I mean, you've won a ton of elections. Shouts out to you, man.
Thank you.
What would you do in the Warren campaign to position yourself better? Because it's just like it's a free-for-all, right? From at least my perspective right now. Like, and how does she differentiate from the Sanders campaign? What do you do differently?
Yeah, it's a good question, because you're right. You have to distinguish yourself because it's a choice. People are going to make a choice. I think people know there's a lot of smart candidates. They certainly know Elizabeth's very smart. I think if I were her, I mean, everyone knows she's very progressive, very much to the left. I would say for the candidates, if I was advising strategy of them, you don't have to compete for who's more far left than the others. We have to speak to all people, too, because at the end of the day, the country's made up of people in the middle, people on the left, even the Democratic side, even the Democratic, slightly right conservative people want to know that you're going to give voice to the issues they're concerned about. So keep speaking truth to power to those issues. It's really important.
You'd be surprised at what people care about.
No, I know. And it's not all the things. Some people, like you say, may not resonate that climate change is real and impacts them today.
I can tell you, like, surface level, a lot of kids my age aren't like, what are their policies? They're like, okay, we could vote for a gay guy. We could vote for, like, the billionaire. We could vote for the woman. Or we could vote for Bernie Sanders. Like, that's kind of the thought process. Yeah. So how do you cut through that with actual ideas? Like, hey, this is actually how this is going to impact you.
Well, I think that's important. That's something they should be focused on. How do I resonate? If you're not resonating with a particular segment of the population, how do you resonate with them? How do you pluck a value string for them to say, he or she's going to give voice to what I care about, and she's going to fight for everyone. And that's the challenge, right? And I think she needs to be focused on that. So this race, I think Super Tuesday, after Super Tuesday, we're going to see candidates drop out. I hope she's still in this race. But
she's got to win Mass, right?
Has to win Massachusetts.
Is it a toss-up?
No, I think she'll win Mass, but I think it's going to be a battle. I think Bernie Sanders is a great candidate. I just think about Somerville. Someone's going to be tight here.
You think so?
Yeah, well, listen, he's a great candidate. I think there's some other good candidates there as well. I forgot what the other point I was going to make, but listen, Elizabeth Warren's my senator. she's my friend and she's been a supporter, but I believe in her, and that's why I find out. And I'd submit, it'd be interesting. I wonder how how they would view her if she wasn't a woman in this race. I think that's been I think that for her has been a hurdle. But I love her. I love her fight. I really do. I love her fight, and I would love to see her debate Donald Trump. I really would. I would.
You really don't like that guy?
No, I don't. I don't. I don't even respect them. That's the problem. I've had other people. We can always not we can and to not like someone, even and not respect anyone elected office. We can just have a lot of people who I may not support politically, but I like them personally and I have respect for them. But the issues we differ on are so are that important to me or you. So I never thought in my lifetime. I don't think I speak for millions of other people would see a White House that is led by a person like him.